All right, so quick video on Ferguson, the shooting in Ferguson. A while back ago, I did a video about how the First Amendment didn't apply to private businesses, and that you couldn't, insist that a private business lets you say whatever you want at work, whoever your employer is, or even a business that you're at shopping at or whatever. They have the right to kick you out. It's no different than if you were at my house and you started cussing and I said, you have to get out. Private businesses have a right, even if they open it to the public, to insist that you don't talk certain ways, or that you can't just say anything. So Ferguson is the exact opposite argument, though. It is your right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it has been established by the Supreme Court that you have a constitutional right to not be shot down in the street, even if you're guilty of a crime. So let's take worst case scenario. The video of the kid, Mike Brown, strong arm, stole cigars, whatever, and it's 100% true that he did that. Let's say it's 100% true, and we don't know for sure that, because, even the eyewitnesses say that he was by the car, they didn't see a struggle, but maybe there was a struggle. Let's say that was true, that he actually reached for the cop's gun and tried to get the gun. That might justify the one firing of the weapon while he's standing by the car in the St. Louis situation, in the Ferguson suburb of St. Louis situation. But once the kid starts running away, once he's running down the street, if the officer got out of the car, as the eyewitnesses say, and started firing at him while he's unarmed and running away, then that officer has now overstepped his bounds and is now shooting at someone for the purpose of killing them and violating their rights instead of arresting them like they're supposed to. So that is the bottom line. Now, once the kid stops, as the eyewitnesses say, puts his hands up, turns around and says, "Don't shoot, I'm unarmed," and the officer takes shots, as the eyewitnesses say were done. And by the way, I was just listening to the radio, and the independent autopsy that has been released to the public, because the official autopsy has not, that was done by the local authorities there in Ferguson. It says that the young man was shot 6 times. No one disputes, including the Ferguson police, that that young man was only shot at or shot once during the alleged struggle in the car. And so they won't explain how he got shot several times, as they put it, once the struggle at the car was over. And so eyewitnesses explain that Mike Brown was running away from the car, and that the officer started shooting at him while he was running away, and that he got shot allegedly in the back. And when he felt that shot, he put his hands up, turned around, and said, "Don't shoot, I'm unarmed." And the officer continued to walk towards him while firing upon him. And that is a definite violation of your United States constitutional rights. And it's just wrong. It's just wrong, even if you believe what the police officer's story is, as it's been told so far. And I'm sure we'll get some different or something more elaborate when there's a court case. But further, it's the law that they were supposed to release details about the report made by the officer on the shooting. There's a sunshine law in Missouri that says that they have to release it to the press if the press asks for it, and the press asks for it. And there's a policy that they, on a regular basis, release reports about shootings in Ferguson, and they have violated all of those things. By the time they released the name of the officer, one report I read said the officer had been had left town for 2 days. It is reasonable, considering what the story is, even if you believe the entire story of the Ferguson Police Department, that man be arrested and arraigned and have to go on bond in order to be free right now. And that's simply not the case right now, and it's not reasonable. So those are the details with the Mike Ferguson shooting case and your rights as a citizen. You should be very upset about this, because this is not how police are supposed to act, period. Even if you believe that he robbed the store, which I'm not saying he didn't. I've seen the video. It seems like he fits the description. I've seen the video of him laying in the street dead. It seems to be the same clothing, minus the baseball cap. But that doesn't give police, the fact that you commit a misdemeanor, which is what stealing 5, 6 cigars is. It's a misdemeanor. It's not a shoot you down in the street crime. But even if the officer's version of events, that he tried to wrestle with him with the gun at the car, is true, it is still unreasonable for a police officer to shoot a man running away from him, and it's definitely unreasonable for a police officer to shoot a man who has raised his hands and given up. Those are my thoughts on Ferguson, Missouri, and the Mike Brown shooting. This Pug Weasel, think about it.